Ryan and Dave Save the World is brought to you by Pump Hero. Pump Hero is an app for on-the-go moms. Pump Hero shows the location of safe and comfortable spaces to pump or provide nourishment for their little ones. Download the app today because you are your little one's hero.
Way-o, 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 way-o. What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by for another episode of Ryan and Dave Save the World. This week, we talk about winter recreational activities, Ryan's Miami memories, drunk driving, but most importantly, have a happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Now, put your trays and seat backs in their upright and locked positions, hold on tight, and enjoy another episode of Ryan and Dave Save the World.
Here we are again.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just struggling to get comfortable here. I apologize. Cheers, man.
Cheers. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, dude. It was what is it, Wednesday?
Yep.
I feel like the last 3 days felt like a week.
Yeah.
Like a full week.
Oh,
I have no
yeah.
idea why.
Yesterday was one of the hardest days I've ever had at work. I was sick, I was cold, I was freezing my butt off. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I feel that way.
I don't know what was going on.
It's so damn miserable in this state. This is just the most god-awful place to live. I'm not kidding. I don't think I've seen sunshine. Dude, I'm just like, this year I refuse to believe winter's gonna happen. Especially, like, this time of year right now sucks so bad. You can't go snowmobiling, you can't really do... I like to snowmobile. That's about it in the wintertime.
Well, you used to snowboard.
Yeah.
You know.
That's so expensive, though.
Yeah, snowboarding's crazy expensive.
God.
Well, skiing in...
Yeah, but a ski snowboard weekend would cost twice as much as our snowmobile trip we go on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, granted the equipment is more expensive, but what is snowmobiling? You just pay for your registration and gas and upkeep to your vehicle. I don't know. The thing about snowboarding, though, is you're always shelling out for that pass. And the pass is just getting more and more expensive.
Well, plus when you're on the hill, I mean... Well, I don't know, man. You're snowmobiling, you're putting gas in your sled, you're eating.
Yeah.
You know, you're stopping, having a drink or something, soda, you know.
Right.
Bag of chips, even. You know, you're just sitting there BSing, you have a bag of chips, you know, and all that adds up. And, you know, that's, it's kind of an expensive sport. Especially...
I guess.
It's kind of pick your poison, what you like to do, you know. Because I don't think, like... adrenaline junkies are too different. You know, if you ride a machine, a snowmobile, four-wheeler, something like that, dirt bike, or you're a downhill skier,
oh sure, yeah,
or a skateboarder, or something. To me, that's like kind of the same
camp.
And yeah, man, all those sports are actually pretty pricey.
Yeah, but those are the very. I mean, you've got to have something to do in the wintertime. I mean, ice fishing, and that's fun. But I'm outside all day most of the time anyways.
Sure.
So it's like I'm ice fishing every day.
Right.
So
that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
It just sounds kind of miserable to go sit out on the ice in a shack somewhere. But once in a while it's fun. I like to go out and drink beer and hang out.
Well, yeah, I think that's actually you know, you have two different styles of fishermen. I think you kind of have like the diehards who are out there just back to the wind, hole hopping, just grinding it out. And then you got the guy who sets his shack in 3 feet of water in a back bay, puts out tip ups and sits out there and drinks a case of beer and grills brats and has his buddies over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's me.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're still ice fishing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So. Wintertime. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, and it doesn't help that it's November 21st.
It was like 3 degrees yesterday morning.
I was ice fishing last weekend on 4 inches of ice.
This is ridiculous.
I was out there, dude. I was a couple hundred yards off the boat landing. and some guy comes out in his 4-wheeler and goes another couple hundred yards past me.
Dude, I swear to you, when our parents are dead, we're moving to Florida. Both of our families. We're moving down to Miami on the beach.
Ooh, dude, that's quite the thought.
Oh, it's reality. It'll become reality.
I don't really want to do the math on that because I don't really want to wish that, but I guess I've never thought about that.
We should start a GoFundMe.
Hey, all right, might as well.
Ryan and Dave's retirement fund.
We'll sit and do this every day. You guys can come hang out with us, drink coffee.
It'll be awesome. Everybody contributes a couple $100 to our retirement fund. Yeah, you can come down there anytime you want. Come down to Miami and
we'll just sit and hang out, dude. We'll
it's funny.
Play guitars, sit on the beach.
I don't know if John talked about it all last week, but he was telling me that Erin, his wife, just got back from Miami, and she had fun, but she kind of didn't think too much of the city, which I thought was just hilarious. I think a lot of people who go to Miami either have this reaction to it like Las Vegas. Either they loved it or they are never going back and they don't want to have anything to do with that place. I love it. I love Vegas too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, you lived in Miami for at least a year, right? How long?
Almost 2 years.
You have got to have okay, I know this is kind of like hitting a bullseye, I guess, but I need to know the craziest story, one of the craziest stories from you living there.
Oh my God.
Because you worked at Apple.
Yeah.
You lived actually in Mid Beach, basically South Beach. You lived basically on the edge of South Beach.
Yeah.
So a 10-minute walk, you're the heart of South Beach.
Yeah.
Guy Taylor.
I worked on South Beach on Lincoln Road. Dude, okay, no. One of my craziest Miami stories is there's a weekend down in Miami, and I forgot when exactly it is. It's during, not spring break.
Ultra Fest?
I don't know. It's this. No, Ultra is one of them, but this is the Miami Beach winter music festival or hip hop type community thing. All the big all the Post Malone and all the big names all go to this thing and go to the clubs and throw these big VIP parties. And basically what it becomes is just everybody, it seems like the winter it was just everybody was from Alabama or Georgia. Just because everybody comes down for that weekend and it gets crazy. And it's so anyways, there's also a lot of weird shit that goes down, crime and violence, and as would anywhere with that many people on a small island and tons of alcohol and bars never close. And drugs. Tons of drugs, dude. A lot of drugs. Yep. I never, for the record, I never tried cocaine in my entire life, but I saw it in Miami. Duh. Go to a party and it's dudes doing blow. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. People do cocaine all the time, but God, sorry for the side tangent there. Anyways, Miami story. So anyways, you've got all these people on this island partying for days straight, and violence goes down and it gets wild. So one morning, here I am.
You mean violence goes up?
Yeah. Okay. It's going down.
It's happening.
You're right.
Going down.
It's going up.
Yeah. Okay.
So one morning, I'm about to ride my bike to work, and here's this freaking dork of a kid with my bike helmet on, my Apple t-shirt, my lunch bag, and I'm walking out. And it's the one thing about Miami too is the sidewalks on South Beach are full all the time, so you have to ride in the street. There's no option there. You'd never get through. So I'm walking out to the center lane with my bicycle and I'm headed towards an intersection when all of a sudden 2 police squad cars, full sirens and lights, rip around the corner and just right in front of me, jump out, swing the doors open, they get down like guns on top of the car. Get down! And I'm just huh? And I'm they're not pointing at me, they're pointing over here. They're chasing this dude. There's these 2 guys hiding behind cars in this parking lot, and I'm mid-fire. I'm oh my God. I turned around and I went back to my house. And I think I ended up driving to work that day.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like an episode of Cops. Right in
Wow.
front of me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So in that moment, what were you thinking? Like, am I gonna die, or just like run, or what? Like,
I felt really awkward.
because that's like a fight or flight moment, right? I mean,
I felt so out of place. I'm like, God, I know that they're like not after me, but geez, I hope I don't get in the way. Like, I hope they don't have to like shoot their guns. I don't know, man. It was just a weird.
do you think maybe it's because you grew up around guns and like looking and seeing guns and like,
Dude, I think when you're in the middle of something like that, it's just so surreal. Like, I think that you're actually very logical about everything. I mean, that's how I felt. It's like, cops, guns, they're not after me. That's cool. They're after those guys. I wonder what the fuck those guys did. And, oh, they got guns. They're going to shoot them. Maybe I should watch or maybe I should move. Yeah. And then I just turned around and, like, walked back into my apartment. I was just like, holy fuck. Like, that was crazy.
That's wild. Oh, man. We've got a couple Miami stories.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can I have tip, please? This is my favorite. Well, okay. Maybe we should hear.
Okay.
Maybe we should hear your version of it first.
Oh, I don't think we should tell that story.
Can I tell it? I won't get. No, I'm not going to get crazy, Dave. Okay, I know that there's some details that shouldn't be talked
you
about.
can tell it from your perspective.
Dave and Steve. Was it just you guys and Jason?
But
so these guys all come down to Miami to visit me, and we went out to several clubs. I think we got in a taxi or something, or went with one of my friends or something to, I don't know. Anyways, man, that's a story in itself about Steve almost getting murdered by the bouncers. But
oh god, dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's a whole other story.
We actually can't tell that story.
And we went to the Wynwood district. We went to like downtown Miami.
I don't know where we were. Yeah. I was just scared most of the time.
Yeah. And we were down there till about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we came back to Miami Beach, and I was done. Jason was done for. And you and Steve decided to keep going out because the bars literally do not close. And they love drunk people. So, yeah, we went back to... Jason and I went to bed. That was the end of my night. Fast forward to about 8 a.m. Somebody's rapping on the front door of my apartment. And I get up and I open the door and it's Dave and Steve. Only you gotta... I don't believe either one of you had shirts on. You were covered head to toe in sand, and you just looked like lobsters. You were like just red and sweaty and sunburnt. And I think the first thing Steve said was like, "Oh my god, I need some water." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And you guys had lost your way home, but you remembered the apartment building or whatever that was next to mine, because it had like this distinct top on it. So you guys, instead of trying to find your way home on the streets, you went down to the ocean and walked across on the beach, and it must have taken you hours, because oh my god. And I was just, wow, okay, cool, glad you had fun.
Wow.
Like, it was not stopping that night for you and Steve. Dude, these Tennessee mules?
Kentucky mules, man.
Kentucky mules. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, there's a lot to that story that...
Oh my God, dude.
I can't fill in. That is for like a couple guys around a campfire, a couple people around a campfire.
Yeah.
Girls can hear the story.
Yeah,
it's not like, and you just it's kind of one of them.
Had to be there, man.
You kind of had to be there,
dude. That was such a wild weekend. We went down to the Keys, and I was so mad at Jason. Jason and I had to share a kayak together, and like, dude, we could not figure it out for the life of me. I was so pissed. By the time we got done, I was just like, "Oh, this sucks." I was mad at Jason because I thought he was fucking it up.
And we got we went to that bar.
Mm-hmm.
Played that ring game.
Yep.
That was a game that a lot of places have, the tiki bars and
Yeah.
down there. It's just this string that comes out on a 4x4 or whatever, an arm out of the upright of a building. And it's just a ring, like a washer on a string, and you just let it go. And there's a nail in the upright of the building, and you just try to hook the ring.
Yeah.
And
dude, we did that for a couple hours. I think we like didn't stop drinking that entire weekend.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Because
we had a cooler packed when we got the kayaks.
Yeah.
We drank all those beers
before we got out of the bay.
Oh my god, I was so hungover. I was just sick.
Didn't we stop at get some food or something? I can't remember. Anyway.
Then we stopped at that place and we sat there and drank for a couple hours. Then we kept driving home. It was like drinking and driving must not have been a concern for us.
No, I'll tell you right now.
I mean, just to be honest, like,
this is not a brighter.
I don't do that now. I wouldn't do that now.
No way. It wasn't a brighter point in my life, but I was known at one point amongst my friends that the best drunk driver. So
I don't know, dude. That is the worst.
I would always have to drive everyone home. And in Florida, you just didn't really worry about it because cops were chasing people with guns and like drug busts and like a lot more actual illegal crazy stuff. Drinking and driving is very illegal.
Well,
but it just wasn't. People swerve all the time down there. No offense, but there's a lot of old folks that can't see over the steering wheel, or they're driving at night and they shouldn't be, and there's swerving going on and jumping curbs, and no one's drunk. It's just a bunch of old people, or there's just a lot of people of come from different backgrounds that are there that might not be used to the things we do in this country, like drive cars, and they get their license and they're not quite sure exactly what's going on either. So cops aren't really looking for swerving drivers. So you're kind of like, sweet, no problem.
Right.
And then the first year I moved home, this is another story probably don't need to get into, but we were recording the Wolves and Company record, and we were at the bar, and there was a bridal.
I don't think we need to talk about what was going on.
Okay.
When.
Okay.
You ended up with a DUI.
I ended up with a DUI because I told somebody I would take them home.
Dude.
Probably shouldn't have.
I know.
But I did, and it was my choice.
Anyways, bottom line, you landed yourself a DUI.
So I got a DUI.
Yeah.
Because I still had the Florida mindset where, like, oh, it's probably not that big of a deal. We'll get home. It's not a big deal. I wasn't swerving or anything. I was actually speeding. And when I got pulled over, and the cop, of course, then you go through the whole spiel because it's 2 a.m.
I nailed with a DUI. Do you do it again?
No, never do.
No.
You go through that class once. It should be mandatory.
Right.
To go through that class.
Right.
Like at 21.
Oh, for
when
sure.
you get your driver's license.
Yeah, I agree.
It made me very aware of.
Yeah.
You know,
yep.
It's a pretty big deal. You really don't want to do that.
Yep.
In fact,
and I'm proud of you. I mean, because you don't mess around though. Like you won't even like have a drink when you come over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's admirable. I mean, that's something you got to do. Yeah. I mean, at least lesson learned. You paid your fines. You did your time. And now you learn. Whatever. You live and you learn.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah, dude.
Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. By the time this comes out, it'll be a week after Thanksgiving.
Or so, yeah.
I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Me too.
Everybody in the future. All my future friends.
Yeah.
I hope your Thanksgiving was lovely. I hope the turkey was good. I don't know, man. What else you got?
I can get into a lot of stuff. But...
Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
Oh, dude. In case you guys hadn't checked it out or heard it, Our last episode was episode 10. Woo!
Cheers.
Cheersies. And we had
do a real cheers.
Oh yeah. We had John Jenkins at Bear Tats. Here's one of his shirts that he brought me. Pretty slick. Anyway, so check that episode out because he's awesome and that was great. And it was our 10th episode. And we're on Spotify now. So
That's sweet.
Whatever that means, I don't know. I mean, if you like Spotify and you want to throw us on your playlist or your likes or star, I don't know what you do on Spotify exactly. I have Spotify, I love it, but I never listen to a podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, I listen to Two Big Guys on Spotify, which is a cool podcast. If you haven't heard of it, it is really cool. You should check it out.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ryan and Dave Save the World. If you'd like to support the podcast, do us a solid and share it on all your social media platforms. If you'd like to chime in, get a hold of us, or just leave a comment, we're on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Google Play Store, Podbean, and don't forget to email us, RyanandDaveSaveTheWorld@gmail.com. One love, y'all. Catch you on the flip side.